Hello, everyone. This is Jay Dobbins on the Marvel DC Multiverse. We are now at episode 330, and I'll be doing a review on the Eternals. So, spoiler alert, if you have not seen the Eternals, I strongly suggest that you do not listen to this episode. You've been warned. So, the movie takes place before and after the events of Endgame. So, like a lot of little, what's they call, flashbacks. So, the flashbacks are the before and the current, issue that the current encounters they have later on take place after the events. But it mainly takes place after the events. But before the events, those are the flashbacks. So, anyway, let's see. Oh, yes. In 5,000 BC, 10 superpower Eternals, Ajax, Circe, Icarus, Kingo, Sprite, Phastos, Makari, Drig, Gilgamesh, and Athena are sent by the celestial Ereshkigal to Earth to exterminate the invasive deviants. Over the millennia, they protect humanity from the deviants, but are not allowed to interfere in human affairs. They killed the last of the deviants in the 1500s, and the group's opinions differ about their continued responsibilities and their relationship with mankind. Over the next 500 years, they mostly lived apart from each other, awaiting Eresham's return. In the present day, Circe and Sprite live together in London after Circe was left by her partner Icarus over 500 years earlier. She now has a relationship with human Dane Whitman, who works at the Natural History Museum. The trio is attacked by the deviant Crow, with Icarus arriving and chasing the creature away. Realizing the deviants have returned, they prepare to reunite with the remaining Eternals. They travel to South Dakota, only to find that Ajax, their leader, had been killed by Crow, gaining her healing abilities as a result. Circe is posthumously chosen by Ajax as her successor, granting her the ability to communicate with Ereshkigal, who reveals that the mission of the Eternals was not to fight the deviants, but to prepare Earth for the emergence. Ereshkigal explains that for millions of years, the Celestials have been planting their seeds to populate planets for new Celestials to be born, with the deviants sent by them to destroy the apex predators of each planet to ensure the development of life. However, when the deviants evolve and began hunting the planet's native populations, the Celestials created the Eternals to kill them. Ereshkigal explains that with the reversal of the blip, Earth has reached the necessary population for the birth of the celestial Tiamut, whatever, which will result in the Earth's destruction. Having learned to love humanity, the Eternals reassemble and decide to prevent the emergence. They reconvene with Kingo, Athena, Gilgamesh, in Australia before heading to Druig's residence in the Amazon rainforest, where they are attacked by Crow and the Deviants. Crow kills and feeds on Gilgamesh, gaining a fully humanoid form and ability to speak before fleeing. So after cremating Gilgamesh, they visit Phastos, who proposes for Druig to put Tiamat to sleep using his mind control powers amplified by the Unimind, a connection between all the Eternals. Icarus reveals he was informed of the emergence by Ajax centuries before he fed her to the Deviants to prevent her from stopping it 6 days prior, and flees along with the like-minded sprite revealed to be in love with him. Kingo also leaves the group as he does not wish to face Arishem, Icarus, or Sprite. After Makari locates the place of emergence at the foot of an active volcano in the Indian Ocean, the Eternals battle Icarus and Sprite before being attacked by Crow, who is killed by Athena. Druig knocks out Sprite after she attempts to kill Cersei, and the remaining Eternals remaining Eternals work together to subdue Icarus. Phastos activates the Unimind, and Cersei uses her matter transmutation abilities to turn Tiamat to marble, of course. A guilt-ridden Icarus flees into the sun, and Cersei then uses the remainder of the energy from the Unimind to turn Sprite into a human, ending her immortality. So Athena, Druig, and Makari depart on their spaceship, the Demo, to find other Eternals, while Cersei, Phastos, Kingo, and Sprite remain on Earth. Dane professes his love for Cersei and is about to reveal a big secret about his family history when she, along with Phastos and Kingo, are remotely dragged into space by Arishem in full view of all the people of Earth, who is displeased with their treason but elects to spare humanity if the Eternals' memories show that humans are worthy of living, of course. So he vows to return for judgment before disappearing into a singularity, taking them with him, of course. So in the mid-credit scenes, Athena, Makari, and Druig are visited by the eternal Eros, the brother of Thanos, and his assistant Pip the Troll, who offer their help. In a post-credit scene, Whitman opens an old chest inherited from his ancestors that contains the legendary Emily Blade when an unseen person questions him on, whether he is ready for it. So the only thing I'm gonna be honest with you, This movie wasn't really worth the wait like I thought it would be. I mean, it was slow. It was pretty draggy, slow. Not a whole lot of action, you know. And I was very upset that Gilgamesh was killed. And I really hate the fact that Icarus was kind of, turned into an antagonist. So, for like a little bit. So I was pretty angry about that. When it was revealed that Ajax caused the death of, when it was revealed that Icarus caused the death of Ajax, that really infuriated me. Betrayed his people. And of course, I can understand that people were questioning Ajax's leadership, and then on top of that, Angelina Jolie, she had a little memory issue causing her to snap, nearly killing her comrades. And in my opinion, she obviously lost her marbles. So, yeah. So then, of course, Gilgamesh had a babysitter. So, but obviously, I'm glad that they did the Eternals, though. I'm glad they did it, because now a new threat's coming at some point, Galactus, and the Avengers are going to need all the help they can get to take on, Galactus. So, even though Galactus is not a Celestial, so hopefully obviously there's going to be a sequel. So, but yeah, the special effects, the cinematography, the special effects and the CGI was beautiful. So, definitely, when I watch that second time, possibly, if I get bored or something like that. But, I'm going to give it a 7.9 out of 10. So I didn't like I said, I didn't read the comics. I'm gonna have to start reading it so I can get a better understanding of the Eternals. So, but the writing was okay, and what's her name? The director, Chloe Zhao. She did an okay job, but more directing action movies or like that, it's not really her thing. Despite the fact that she won an Oscar. So. But, and then on top of that, what really got a kick out of me, or what really got me excited was like the post credits when Dane Whitman was gonna open this old chest that contained the Ebony Blade, and he was deciding whether or not he should go for it, and then he's like, I have to try, and just when he's about to go for it, a mysterious voice says, "Do you think do you think you're ready, Mr. Whitman?" He turns his head. Whitman turns his head. Screen goes black, and everybody in the theater was like, "Wait a minute, who was that?" And of course, my friend Regina, my best friend Regina, was like, "Yeah, I think that was it sounded like a black guy," and I was like, "Yeah, I think that was a black guy," but the question was who, and I didn't find out until the next day that it was Mahershala Ali's Blade. So that's what it got me slightly excited because now we know who the mysterious voice was. But as far as Mahershala Ali, betraying Blade, the voice, he got the voice, the talent, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to pull it off because one, he doesn't have a background in martial arts, and that's a huge problem. So far we had two people portray the live version of Blade. You had Wesley Snipes, and of course you had Kirk Jones, aka Sticky Fingers. He's a rapper, of course. Who also portrayed the role. Kirk Jones, aka Sticky Fingers, did a okay job. It was okay, but obviously the movie didn't even make it to a second season, so they canceled it after the first season. But if as far as as far as Wesley Snipes and Jones, Wesley Snipes pretty much did a phenomenal job, and not because he was a talented actor, but it's also because he had a background in martial arts. That's what really did it right there. Mahershala Ali, however, does not have a background in martial arts, and I really don't trust him with the role as Blade, honestly. Even though he wanted it, and he promised the fans that he's going to give it his all, and I'm like, you better, because that's not an easy role, and that role is not really meant for everybody. So yeah, you better pull it off, because if you don't pull it off, you're going to have a huge problem with the fans. I mean, because most of them are pissed off anyway that Mahershala Ali's Blade and not Wesley Snipes. And, of course, Wesley Snipes may be, he's old, but he still got it, though. I mean, honestly, there's rumors going on he was going to play Dracula, but I really hope he gets the Whistler role, Abraham Whistler. But anyway, back to the movie. So, I'm really excited. When Dane Whitman was going to tell Cersei that his ancestry or family history is very complicated. That's when I already knew he was going to be the Black Knight anyway. So I was like, Black Knight. So yeah, like I said, not a whole lot of action. 2 characters were killed. And mainly Gilgamesh, I was more pissed off with Gilgamesh's death than I was with Ajax's. And Ajax should have wiped Athena's memory so she wouldn't snap and lose her marvels again. So they could have done more with it, make it more exciting, more action. That's what most people want to see anyway. We understand the backstory, so I might have to buy some graphic novels of Eternal so I can get a better understanding, before the sequel comes out. So, but yeah, I feel like they could have done better. So it didn't exceed my expectations at all. And it was okay. So that's all I could say. It didn't suck or anything, and before I forget, and by the way, yeah, they shouldn't have killed off any of the Eternals. So, big mistake on that. Just like in Avengers, they kept them alive. They kept all 6 of the main Avengers alive long enough, for the Endgame movie. And then, of course, 2 out of the 6, died. They could have saved that. They could have if they were going to do Ajax's death and Gilgamesh's death, they could have done that and I'll probably say another second trilogy of the Avengers, or another New Avengers or whatever. So, but it is what it is. And before I forget, the Eternals movie hit the box office. So far, the box office numbers, they have made $336.1 million with a production budget of $200 million. So obviously they got some of that production budget money back, but some people were going for $500 million, which didn't seem possible. But after seeing the first trailer, so. But anyway, that concludes this review. Feel free to visit us and like us on Facebook. We're available on iTunes, Google Play Music app, Spotify, and of course YouTube.